What's up, dudes? Welcome to Ideas of Ice and Fire. This is my Game of Thrones Q&A for Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 7. Okay, first question. Why don't you like Bronn? Okay, I got so many people asking me that. Okay, so apparently my biggest mistake as a YouTuber so far was saying that I didn't like... Well, I didn't even say that I didn't like Bronn. I said that I was tired of him. Honestly, I don't get the love for him that's going around on the internet. There are more interesting characters, I think, but my thing is, I keep hearing that there's only like 13 episodes of Game of Thrones left, and then that's it. Supposedly like 7 in Season 7 and 5 in Season 8. So there's no time for dicking around. Bronn's character has been fully explored and fully developed. He's a wisecracking asshole who's a good fighter, and now apparently a siege master. I get it. The best Bronn moments for me involve him and Tyrion because they're great together, and that's why George R. R. Martin discards the character after that. I feel like they're overusing the character because he's such a fan favorite, and in the long run, it'll ruin the whole character. Because honestly, Dorne in Season 5 was pretty bad, and now in my mind, I associate Bronn with the Sand Snakes, which is so wrong because Bronn is so much freaking cooler than the freaking Sand Snakes, and I find myself liking the character less because they're giving him a shitty plot line so they can just have him on screen and have everybody cheer. Do you think that it was really Arya that got stabbed, or was it Jaqen testing the waif? A lot of you guys have been asking me that. The problem that I have with it is I'm not sure exactly how different the faceless men in the show are from the faceless men in the novels. Now, they're supposed to wear the faces of dead people, but I remember from last season that Arya saw her own face on a body, so that creates the possibility that someone could wear Arya's face in the show. In A Song of Ice and Fire, the waif is actually not a little girl. She only has the appearance of a little girl because she drinks like this weird potion every day that keeps her looking young. And she's actually been in the House of Black and White for years and years, so I don't think she's still in training, but in the show it is most likely different, so the possibility is there. Personally, I think that it actually was Arya, but we will see in the next episode probably. What are the High Sparrow's ulterior motives for controlling Tommen? I think that the High Sparrow's motives are pretty clear, honestly. He wants to tear down a system that he views as corrupt and evil and replace it with something that he feels is superior. He is an extraordinarily manipulative religious fanatic, and he wants power. He wants his word to be the word of the gods, and there have been people throughout our own history that have been exactly like the High Sparrow. This is a very old story, and it's a very sad story, and it never ends well for anyone. How did Davos know the lead White Walker was called the Night King? That is a good question. How does anyone know that the lead White Walker is called the Night King? Because the first time we even heard that was this season. It's funny how on the internet we know stuff before it's even in the show. It's like, okay, that's the Night King. You know, the thing is, Melisandre might have said it. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Or maybe it's just like a huge plot hole. I mean, I've never seen Melisandre say the Night King, and I've also never seen Melisandre say the prince that was promised until earlier this season as well. She usually says Azor Ahai or whatever. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a plot hole, or if it's not a plot hole, he probably got it from Melisandre. That's my only guess. Or Davos is a secret pawn of the others, and he was sent there by them to destroy Stannis, the one true king, and the one true Azor Ahai, and now he's sent by them to destroy Jon. Who knows? Who knows? It's just Melisandre probably told him, guys. I guess that's the only way that I can justify him knowing that the lead White Walker is called the Night King. But then also the myths and legends from book to show could be different, because there is the legend of the Night King in the books, but that's completely different from the Night King from the show. So maybe in the show, in their legends, they have the Night King as the leader of the White Walkers anyways, and this is just the first time they're bringing it up. Where is Gendry? Do you think he'll show up again this season? I mean, if he's gonna show up, I mean, this season would be about the proper time, because in the books he is alive, and I'll go ahead and spoiler if you don't want to hear this and click off of this. Gendry is in the Riverlands, and he's involved with Lady Stoneheart. And Brienne is going to the Riverlands, and Jaime is in the Riverlands, and I mean, Gendry may just show up in the Riverlands. I don't know if that actor is been credited or anything, because I know people can find out these types of things. You can like go on IMDb and look up that type of stuff and see if the actors are on the show or not. I usually avoid doing that because I'd rather just go into the show fresh, but yeah, it's certainly a possibility. If they were going to reintroduce him, now would be a great time. I don't see why you would need to in the show though, because his purpose seems to have already been served, and he is kind of a minor character, I think, even though he is Robert Baratheon's bastard. I mean, is that really gonna matter? Does that really matter now? I mean, the High Sparrow is in charge of King's Landing, so I don't really know if we need Gendry, but it would be cool to see him again. It really would, to see him and Arya reunited. That'd be really interesting. I'd like to see that. This was quite the short Q&A, guys. I realize that, and that's largely due to the lack of questions, really, for this episode. If you are aching for content, though, please check out the podcast that I did over at Got Thrones with Alex and Johnny. It was really great. It went on for about 2 hours. We just speculated on a bunch of stuff. Or you can check out my new video on Ashai that I just uploaded. It's great. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more Ideas of Ice and Fire. What's up, dudes? Welcome to Ideas of Ice and Fire. This is my Game of Thrones Q&A for Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 7.